Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so the first thing I want to point out here is that QQ and SPY both do have these parallel channels, and SPY has broke down from its uptrend. So that is something to take note of. We did come down here, and we are getting buyers stepping up where we discussed in the weekly update, which is right down here where they stepped in last time. Unless they do end up, not holding the line and we end up coming down here. So far, they're doing a good job. So if you do end up breaking up through this zone right here at 439, then I do have to assume that you're probably going to come all the way up here to, all the way up near 441, where you can see all this, we had a battle going on. We could take that up and really match up these wicks right there. You can see they were holding the line before they let it go. So that is what I'll be watching for. So if you just want to see a physical version of that, there we go. All right, if you do end up breaking up through there, and I actually do also want to point out, you do have a potential inverse head and shoulders going on right here. So this would be the neckline. So if you do end up getting the breakout out of this downward parallel channel, then I do have to assume, you're probably going to make your move up there. Same as QQ over here. You do have this inverse head and shoulders going on right there. Right there, and your neckline would be somewhere over here. But if we could put a zone on that, let's just do so right there. I would make that right. I guess we could make it right here. All right, so if you do end up seeing a breakout, and you can watch this on the hourly, the 30-minute, the 15-minute, that's what I'm going to be watching on the 15-minute over here. If you do break out from over there, then I do have to assume you're going to push back up here around 370. And we're going to have to see what happens up there. Do we double top? Do we make a lower high and then come back down? I don't know, but I did just show you SPY did end up breaking that downtrend. That could be something to look out for. Now, over here on the daily time frame, we have the RSI all the way up here. We do have QQ's RSI all the way up there, and we did discuss on the weekly update that, hey, last time that you did have QQQ's weekly RSI up there, you end up seeing this move. So it's the same as SPY's weekly RSI. Last time you saw it up here, you ended up, I think it's this move right here, or was that move right there? I think it was that one. Regardless, you can go back to the weekly update if you choose to do so. Now, I will point out VIX is red alongside SPX, so we do have a 85% probability that we do see a green day on SPY/SPX over the following two trading sessions if this does close out this way. Now, the next thing I'm going to point out over here is Bitcoin. All right, so I did adjust my trend line over here. Just because you could see on the daily time frame, this qualifies, all right? We don't have any daily closes underneath if we make it that way. And I want to see, right there. All right, now we have 3 touch points instead of me just leaving it like that, where we only had 2 touch points. Might as well. And you did end up getting a breakout out of this falling wedge we pointed out with increasing buy volume. So that is also something to note. The next spot to keep an eye on is going to be all the way up here. So there's that. And then let's put another zone on. Let's put you right here. That is where you're getting rejection right now. And then the last place you want to be watching is all the way up here. Now, I'm not saying you're going to come all the way up here, but I am saying that, hey, you're probably going to go level to level here once you start breaking out from here. We're also going to have to see, do we come down and break this uptrend? Because we do have the RSI. I was pointing out, while the RSI was down here, if we, keep falling here, I don't think it's going to be a big fall without a news catalyst to really tank Bitcoin like you had over here. Now, I do also want to point out Mara. All right, Mara did end up breaking out from this channel that's been in for quite some time, and the next spot is going to be all the way up here, and that is also being done on increasing volume right there. The last time you did have a breakout, let's just point this out. All right, you can put it out right there. All right, you did end up seeing this breakout, and it was off of increasing buy volume, and yes, you consolidated the next day, but then you went off the races. So from that day's close, you did end up, you went up another 25%. So that is something to keep an eye on. And you do also have Bitcoin with the increasing buy volume on its breakout. All right, this has been in a thing for quite some time now. All right, 67 trading sessions. That is a long consolidation period. I'm not saying we aren't going to break down. I'm just pointing this out. Now, coming back over to SPY. Let's point this out right now. Let's take out all this clutter off our chart. Get rid of these arrows. All right, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. If you do end up pushing back up here and you do push back up above 443, guess what? We just formed a higher low. Now over here on the daily time frame, as you can see, let me just get rid of this channel just for the time being. We would have another higher low because, you know, buyers are holding the line up there, and guess what? It's higher than we had over here. So if you do end up seeing a pushback up over here, all right, I wouldn't be surprised if you push back and get a close over 443.50, that the next stop is going to be right up here at 450. So that is something to keep an eye out. Let's take a, you know, zoom out here, and I just want to point out, hey, golden pocket. So if we do come up here, I do think there is going to be heavy selling up there. But I'm not going to rule this out, just like we discussed in the weekly update. We discussed the different scenarios, all right? And yeah, right now, currently we do have a higher low in the making. Now, I do want to point this out. During this whole uptrend here, we have not had a close underneath this 5 MA. So that is something to keep note of as well. Over here on QQ, it's not the same story. But yeah, the last time you did end up getting a close was over here, and you did have a, all right, you fell $4 lower. All right, and then we're in this consolidation, you know, this channel over here that we're in for quite some time. So yeah, we could start falling from here, or we could start trading sideways. I don't know. All right, but as of right now, we are still in an uptrend over here on the daily time frame, and until you see this low broken over here, 433, all right, then, you know, we don't have any sign of yeah, a downtrend incoming. We just don't. We also are going to have to pay attention if we do get down there over here at the August high. That is what I was paying attention to. I do expect buyers to step in there. Why would they not step in here? You had this explosive breakout here, went to the next point of resistance, and for all I know, we could end up just come down here and hit it with the break and retest, and then come back up here, and then we're going to have to watch. Do we double top here? Do we push above? If we push above, obviously, 450. That is the place to be watching for. Over on QQQ, all right, I personally don't think we are going to break this 0.786 Fibonacci over here. All right, how I typically look at these things. If you do, all right, it's not going to be considered a retracement. All right, I will say right now, all right, yeah, I do think this is a giant bull trap, but yeah, I could be completely wrong about that. So we're going to reassess the situation if we do end up getting a close over this level right here around 375. I think that is pretty much it. Yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. We do have a bullish Harami candlestick right here on VIX. Actually, the last thing I do want to point out is that VVIX is up on the day, up 6%. So that does mean volatility is increasing on over on VIX. People are buying, they're buying calls. So that is something to keep in mind. But again, all right, we do have, you know, if these two right here, SPY and VIX, close out red together, then we will have that 85% probability. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to show you guys, we do have Jerome Powell over here on Wednesday. And then we also have him testifying on Thursday, guys. You know, the Powell pump really does exist, and I would not doubt to see a Powell pump. So just something to keep in mind. We do have this Fed speaker over there, so you might want to pay attention to what he says. Does he freak out the market going into Powell? I don't know. All right. But that is pretty much it, guys. Nice, short, sweet, and to the point. And with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.